All right, so you'd think by now we could definitively prove whether Bigfoot once existed, is still roaming, or is just folklore. Charles Stewart, aka Snake the Bigfoot Hunter, says he has proof that the hairy creature was or might still be among us. He's also the author of the Bigfoot Bible, and he joins us now. All right, Charles, so you claim to have found a decomposing 8-foot, 300-pound Bigfoot in the Adirondack Mountains in New York. You've even christened him Dak. Tell us what you found and how you came across this.
Yeah, we have that body that you're seeing right there on your screen. That is 8 foot long, 300 pounds, found just west of Old Forge, Central Adirondack Park. Okay, and this thing was laying in a bed of poison ivy and was, they naturally smell, but this was a horrible smell with a little bit of decay happening. And so I was able to extract that body with help from a few friends of mine and was able to get it taxidermied. And we were able to salvage some of the internal organs, which will be on display at the next showing. And we were also able to get some of that DNA we needed to provide to the Cornell Veterinarian BioDNA lab. And that was an amazing process and a miracle that we were able to get that report back. And in that report, it shows that this Bigfoot that we found is 58.5% Neanderthal and 41.5% human. And it even has some indigenous human DNA in there. So at some point, this has crossed the Bering Land Strait. And so what we're dealing with is honestly groundbreaking.
So was there ever an autopsy?
Okay, when you find a Bigfoot body decaying, the process of who you trust and who you talk to is a pretty quick one. And the reason we actually have this body, I believe, and I have been able to show it, is that we did not disclose this until we were able to get it in front of a lot of people. We were afraid that that body would disappear or that I would disappear, to be honest with you. So once it was out there publicly and loudly at the State Fair last year, I was able to get the Japanese documentary to come and film this. I was able to get verification from the Six Nation Indian Tribes of New York, and we had that full DNA report backing this up. So right now we're literally firing on all cylinders with this thing, and that's how we're with you right now, because we have so many verifications.
So it's funny, everyone in the studio just moved up to the monitor to take a look at that, because that's, people are curious about this thing, and obviously it looks like something we haven't seen. But obviously there's a ton of skeptics out there, right? So you put this corpse at the New York State Fair. You say about 60,000 people viewed it, went by it. I mean, I would have done that too. But There are a lot of people who say, BS, this Sasquatch doesn't exist. I don't know what that is, but it's not a Bigfoot. Obviously they call you a fraud. So how do you answer them?
Those people are idiots. A lot of them are flapping their lips from behind a computer screen. They never actually go into the woods or been face to face with anything resembling that. And trust me when I say that I was shocked by this thing myself. Okay, it's been a slow process of evolving with me in my mind and discovery with this specimen. Okay, so I understand if people are skeptical at first, but those 60,000 people who saw this in person, they left that area completely changed. And there's people who had verified experiences go in and see that body and came out crying. Okay, this is something that I feel like a lot of the skeptics, they need to come in and see it in person to kind of come out with that new, greater understanding.
So every state except Hawaii, I guess it can't swim, but every state has had reports of Sasquatch sightings, some many more than others. Ohio has been a hot spot lately. So if it's true, we're not talking about one Bigfoot, we're talking about a whole species out there, I guess, right?
Yes, so even with my specimen, next to where my body was, there was larger footprints, Rob. And after talking to a couple people who are experts, they also think that my specimen got in an altercation with another Bigfoot up in Adirondack Park. That is why he is deceased. This is only an 18 to 20-year-old male Bigfoot specimen at 8 feet, 300 pounds. So it would be unnatural for him to be dead at that age. So our theory is that he was trying to approach a larger, more dominant female. He was at this age in his life where he wanted to procreate, and that female Bigfoot was not having it. So there was an altercation there, and these things are violent. This is not Harry and the Hendersons. This is not some Hollywood movie. I swear to you, Rob, like, these people out there think that this is something to mess around with or joke around with. This is serious stuff, and these things can kill. These things are very violent. This is 58.5. The greater percentage of this creature is essentially like a caveman. So they are very intuitive. They're very reactionary. They are nomadic. They do not mate to form family units. They are not your friends. There are very few of them. And this is just like the good Dr. Jane Goodall said. She said, if Bigfoot was out there, it would be a remnant Neanderthal, and that's exactly what we got.
So I'm very interested, as a lot of people are. I'm a little bit of a doubting Thomas. I wish I saw that at the Syracuse, State Fair. But I think it's so interesting, and I think a lot of people are interested in it. Charles Stewart, a.k.a. Snake the Bigfoot Hunter, I appreciate you coming on.
Appreciate you, Rob.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.